Hi, I'm Randy with ReportMaster Software. Today we're going to talk about prognoses, and specifically how to write prognoses about your patients that are very specific to the patient, because you don't want to have reports that look canned. So let's take a look at that. So we're looking at a sample report here, and I'm just going to scroll down to the prognosis part of the report. And here's a statement here. It says, considering the patient's symptomatology, the results of testing, examinations, and past experience with similar cases, there is a probability that Mr. Accident's impairment may well predispose him to further problems from aggravation brought on by normal activities of daily living or new trauma, which may not have otherwise bothered him prior to this accident. Now notice how this little paragraph here, it uses the patient's proper title and name here, and it says correctly him here as well as here. And if it were a doctor accident, you'd want it to correctly say doctor accident. If it were a female, it would need to say her here and here, etc. So if you don't want your reports to look canned, you need to actually have a way for your system to automatically, correctly use the right pronouns and the right titles and names throughout the report. Now, ReportMaster does that, but let me show you something here. I'm going to go into the actual system here, and here we have the prognosis section, and I'm just going to hit the F1 key. F1 is your help key, and then I'm going to click on this button here. And here are a bunch of statements that are in the system that are prognosis statements. And everywhere where you see the patient's name in red, it's going to automatically and correctly put in the patient's name. Here we have, Mr. Smith has made sporadic improvement, however generalized, obtaining progressive relief of symptoms, etc. Now, going back into the program here then, if I click on the autocodes button, you notice here we have, it knows we're looking for a prognosis autocode. Here we have the first one. By the way, this is just some internal language telling the system to put in the guy's title and his last name. So, Mr. Smith has made sporadic improvement. In fact, one thing about the system, our tech support can show you how to just rename these. They're all numbered when you first get it, but you can rename them so that the names are descriptive. For instance, if I scroll down, here we have, this was the one about, he's in a chronic state. So you renamed it chronic. Here's one, he should respond favorably to conservative chiropractic care. Okay, so we've renamed it conservative. Okay, so you can do that very easily. But there's another thing you can do. You can totally change our autocodes and add your own, either change ours or add your own. Here I'm on the screen where you create your own autocodes, and I'm going to go to File, Add a New Autocode. Okay, and it's got to be PRG because it's going to show up in the prognosis area. And I'm not sure what I'm going to name it yet, but I'm just going to copy and paste into this box straight out of a Word document. All right, let me show you something. First of all, you could just minimize the screen and go to Word, but why not just use another nice little Windows trick? Hold down the Alt key with your left thumb and hit the Tab key, and you'll get a box like this on the screen. And you can actually keep the Alt key held down, but hit the Tab key until you have Word highlighted if you've already opened Word. If not, go ahead and open Word and do this. Anyway, so if I leave it on Word and I take my finger off the Alt key, now I'm in my Word document. So the point is you can Alt-Tab between things rather than minimizing. Minimizing takes longer. Okay. So here I'm just going to highlight the wording for this statement. It's my opinion that if the patient restricts his activities, etc., I'm just going to go to Edit, Copy, and I'm going to Alt-Tab back into ReportMaster. I'm going to go to Edit, Paste. Now I have this statement in here, and if I save it, I have a new autocode. But even more, why not go ahead and have it put in the patient's name and all that? So here we have the patient. Instead of the patient, why don't we have it say Mr. Jones, Mr. Smith, whatever. So I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to go to Edit Autocodes, Open Special Symbols window, and we'll scroll down to where it says Patient Title, Mr., Mrs., etc. Insert code. You see how it popped it in there. And one more thing here. I'm just going to add one space there. Okay. And then now I'll go to patient last name, insert code. There you go. Same thing for his. His should be his or hers, depending on if the patient's male or female. So let's go ahead and do that as well. We'll hit insert symbol there. He should be he or she. So here we have he or she. Insert that one. We'll just go ahead and leave. Well, here's another his, so we'll change that one too. again, his or hers. So good. So now I just hit save, and oh, that's right, we haven't quite fully named it. Let's call this let's see, pre-accident. Let's call this return. We're gonna return him to his pre-accident status. All right. So now I hit save, and now this is one of our autocodes right in the system. In fact, if I click autocodes and I scroll down, PRG, what was it? PRG return was the name of it. There it is. And there's the autocode. If I hit insert code, it pops it in there. And now, whenever that's used, it'll be used perfectly for that particular patient. So the point is, however you do your reports or your notes, you need to make them specific to the patient, and that is the patient's name, the patient's title, the patient's gender. And if you do that, and you're very accurate, then you won't have canned reports. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching, and let us know if you'd like to know more about this, or if we can show you how you can do this yourself, or if there are things you'd like to see in upcoming videos. Thank you for watching.
Please give us a call today, toll free, 877-742-9215 for a live demonstration. Thanks.